Welcome to Tech Talk, sponsored by KeyCodeMedia.
Dealing with camera codecs is routinely problematic, whether it's your computer stuttering on playback or your editing software not understanding the clips. Headaches can, and they certainly will, ensue. Over the past few years, several companies have come out with devices meant to bridge the gap between production and post. One of my favorite devices is a Cinedeck line of digital video recorders, and encoding is only one of the cool features of their devices. At its heart, every Cinedeck records baseband video, like SDI, into a digital file. I know that's not entirely unique, but what is unique is that Cinedeck can also create a proxy of this high-res media, giving you instant media access for an offline online workflow. Also unique is the ability to do this with multiple concurrent streams, deposit it on your SAN, and in some scenarios, allow you to edit while the file is still being recorded. But I'm really getting ahead of myself here. Let's start with the recording options of the Cinedeck units. Your major codecs are supported during recording, including ProRes, DNx HD, MXF wrapped files, DPX, Cineform, uncompressed, and even several others. H.264 and even older Avid SD offline codecs are also supported for offline versions, among, again, several others. As far as quality, internally, Cinedeck units utilize Bluefish Supernova cards, so you're getting very high-quality I/O from the get-go. The processing and encoding also includes either 422 or 444 color subsampling, dependent on the codec's ability, as well as 8 and 10-bit color depths, and the ability to selectively bake in LUTs to your files. Oh yeah, and some models even support UHD and 4K input as well. Cinedecks are particularly useful in multi-camera environments. If you recall the TV show Anger Management on FX, 6 live camera feeds were fed into 3 dual-channel Cinedeck RXs from the stage for editing. The 1080p 2398 footage from set was recorded to an Avid ISIS into DNx 175X, and then the 264 proxy files were fed to a light iron server for on-set review and approval. All of the Cinedeck models, the RX, MX, and ZX, support 2 to 4 channels of live video and can be jam synced together. This also includes multiple independent channels of audio. So, instead of having multiple Atomos units, Key Pros, or even convergent design recorders, you can have a much smaller number of Cinedeck units, which means less chance for error since only one unit is creating all the files. When it comes to more facility-grade features, Cinedeck has those too. Cinedeck has interplay check-in via web services, so folks in an Avid environment can quickly access the media and begin cutting. However, more interesting to me is the new insert editing function. Those of you who have worked with tape know how convenient it was to simply replace a shot or a graphic by doing a digital cut to tape, as opposed to laying off the entire project again. Cinedeck has brought this linear feature to the digital world, so you can do an insert edit into an existing QuickTime or MXF wrapped file. Yes, you heard me right. You can simply replace a section of the video into an already rendered and outputted file. Here we have the MX model by Cinedeck. As you can see, here's the touchscreen, multiple hard controls, a jog shuttle wheel, as well as multiple card readers on the chassis. Speaking of tape, several models of Cinedeck have a touchscreen and hard buttons on the front, so those of us with experience working with tape machines can easily adjust to the interface. The touchscreen is very responsive, which is good, as the more inputs you have going at one time, the smaller the text gets. Not to fear, however, you can always hook up a keyboard and mouse for finer control. The main interface screen gives the user a summary of all the video inputs, plus preview screens. I can go into the setup of each input to further burrow into the controls. For example, in our first channel setup, I can view the summary for only this channel, which is what the input signals are and what I want them to be cross-converted to if needed. I'm also able to examine how I want the master and proxy file to be recorded, the wrapper, the codec, audio channels, among a whole host of other options. A majority of the models, the MX and various flavors of the ZX, are best when rack mounted in your facility or on a shooting stage. The larger models are slightly bulky to take on a run-and-gun shoot. However, the RX model is about 10 pounds and it comes with a stylish handle to carry it. If you're taking it on set, the RX, as well as some of the other models, also have a waveform monitor, vector scopes, histograms, and even focus assist. If you do decide to throw some digital media at it as well, you're all good. There is support for S/S, P2, and CF cards, and the MX models, like the one here, even have the card readers built into the chassis. Cinedeck models start out at $19,000 for the 2-channel RX model and scale up to $35,000 or so for a 4-channel model, ZX, with all the bells and whistles. If your facility is looking to bridge the chasm between tape and digital, or needs to expedite production and post-production schedules, or perhaps just needs some extra encoding power, I think the Cinedeck would be a welcome addition to your arsenal. So, does the Cinedeck have a place on your next project? Or do you have other solutions that fit the bill? Please let us know. I'm Michael Kammes with KeyCodeMedia.